My ex called to let me know the guy she left me for is going to release her nudes unless she sends him more. And I realized I don't care. So, as the title says, my ex called me out of the blue a few nights ago to let me know this. We were together for over 5 years. She left me over a year ago because she said our relationship went in a different direction than she liked. I got a better job making more money so we can get married. But even before I got that job, she still seemed attention for over 3 years in the relationship. I guess she really liked one guy because she wound up sexting with him for over 2 years. She would always talk about him, take his recommendations for restaurant picks or movies, and would just be happy when he talked to her. Basically, she said I shouldn't worry about him. I always knew something was wrong but couldn't really prove it. This guy convinced her, not sure if that's the right word, but more or less said that he would be able to make her happy all the time, but the only way is if she left me. When she said she was leaving me, I was heartbroken. She said her and this guy were just friends at first, but soon she realized the feelings she had for him. He will make her happier than she's ever been, and she's going to move in with him. The only reason why I know the timeline is because we had a family plan and the phone was in my name, so I did see the text when she said happy second anniversary. I was even more heartbroken. Reading some of what she wrote was more heartbreaking. I erased everything on the phone. She never told her family and friends the real reason as to why. Just said we drifted apart. She did tell her best friend sometime later the real reason as to why. Her best friend then told me, my ex did go to move in with the guy but found out he was married with 2 kids and not ready to commit just yet, but it should be soon. So my ex moved back in with her parents. So basically my ex was a side chick for this guy. Her best friend told me this because it would be better for me to heal. Her best friend was right. I went to therapy, cut down on drinking, and stopped praying for death. Got reconnected with my best friend and me and her have been happy ever since. A few nights ago, I kept getting a call from this number. I did reverse number search and nothing would appear. No voicemail, no nothing. So I happened to answer the call and it was my ex. I have one-word responses to her small talk and asked her as to why she's been trying to get in touch with me. My ex basically confessed about lying to me about the timeline of events. I told her I know. She then said nothing got physical after we broke up. It was her idea to get physical after she left me apparently. I told her I don't care. After a long pause I said, you didn't all of a sudden call to confess about this, what's really wrong, please be truthful. My ex then said, well, she gave the guy the same ultimatum about being happy but the guy said he couldn't do that. Well, my ex said she would stop seeing him and stop sending nudes. The guy said the physical part wasn't what he was after, he had other girls for that, but the nudes is what he wants. I guess that crushed my ex and she said no. He said he would leak her nudes if she didn't send more, apparently they're a lot. After another long pause all I said is, that's it? I guess it wasn't the response my ex was expecting from me. She said this was serious. I told her, is it, so what are you going to do? My ex said she needed advice. I gave it to her. I said, go to the police, get a lawyer, gather all evidence. She said, well, this was all done through phone call. She always deleted nudes, now, but not before, if I still have the texts on her old phone. I said, well, it's a case of you said he said, and no, I removed them as I didn't want the reminder of your betrayal. She asked if I can file the police report on her behalf and go to the lawyer on her behalf or with her. I said, you must be joking. You're very well capable of doing all of this. Just search on Google for a lawyer and go to the police in the morning. Then I said, I don't know what this has to do with me. Her reply was, well, I thought you were my friend and you would help me. I'm your ex. Doesn't this make you upset? Why am I not supporting her? If it gets out, I don't want to make you look bad. It took me a while, but I did say, we haven't talked in over a year, removed and blocked each other from social media. Me being your ex has nothing to do with the situation you got yourself in or about me being upset. Were you upset when you left me? How would your nudes leaking make me look bad? You didn't care about making me look bad in the relationship. No need to start now. What about your friends and family? You must have hit the bottom of the barrel in trying to get me to help you. Her family is extremely conservative, so she said, if they found out about my situation they would probably disown her and her friends wouldn't talk to her again. My ex admits to being the one that messed up in this situation and doesn't want others to know. I said, that has nothing to do with me. It sucks you're in this situation, but nothing to do with me. I do wish you the best in this situation. She said, can you at least talk to him and reason with him to not release anything? I once said, you must be fucking with me, talk to the same guy who you had an affair with. The same guy who was just a friend and nothing to worry about, the guy who was going to make you happy, that same guy? Sorry, that's not going to happen. After her crying, I said, well, good luck in your situation, and hung up. Then I blocked her number afterwards. My girlfriend who heard this conversation said it sounded like you didn't care, and that's not me, and I told her, I didn't. I care about family and friends, my ex isn't either. The choices she made during our relationship and after lead her to the path that she's on now. I don't want anything to do with this situation. That's her mess that she has to clean up. Don't get me wrong, no one deserves to be in that situation that she is. Probably a month after breaking up knowing me I would have rushed to help. But I realized I don't have to do this. I don't have the time nor do I have the energy to get caught up in this. If the situation was reversed she wouldn't help me. So I refuse to get caught up in that mess. I just don't care. Saying I just don't care makes it feel good to get it off my chest.